All right, the court is going to call 2020 CR 5696, State of Texas versus Aaron Taylor. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Ed Camara for the defendant, Aaron Taylor.
And are you Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Did you understand what you're charged with is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am. But Miss Mel, I wanted to say about the case. I wanted to take it to trial because I know when they use the knife.
No. Time out. If you want a jury trial, the court will give you a jury trial. No one has to enter a plea if they don't want to enter a plea.
You're right.
So are you requesting a jury trial?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So do you understand what you're charged with? Is an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Kenneth Haywood, Haywood.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop by marked Stop and Shop located at 4709 Pecan Valley Drive or its employees, including Evelyn Benavente, Benavente. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 100 community service restitution hours, MIC-MILF evaluation, and follow all recommendations. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contact.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
Yes, Judge. The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No objections.
Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. How the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so where is your family? Do you have any family?
I have a brother, A. Taylor. I have a sister. That's the only one I know of. I'm not married. I'm single.
All right, where are you from originally?
I'm from Louisiana. My people.
Which part of Louisiana?
Sweetport. Sweetport, Shadow, Mansfield.
All right, so everyone here is smiling because I'm originally from Shreveport as well.
Oh, really?
And Shreveport is very small. I don't remember you. So, Mr. Camara, any objections to me presiding over this? Shreveport is very small. We all know each other, but I don't know your client.
No, I have no objections. And he is willing to coach LSU if you like, Judge.
Okay. All right.
It'll all go well.
All right. So, Mr. Taylor, do you have any people in San Antonio or are your people in Louisiana?
They all in Louisiana. It's just me and my brother and my sister here and my mom.
Usually where your mom is, that's where you say your family is. You could have 40 people out of the country, but if your mom is in the same state you are, you're always like, well, my family is here.
Oh, wow. I never knew that. You learn something new every day. Wow.
All right. So what are your plans? Do you have a place to stay?
Well, since I've been locked up for the last 5 months, they broke in the window and went into my apartment and vandalized it. And my brother told me that the landlord, the manager, boarded it up for me. But he hopefully, when I get out, he said he'll help me get a place. Because I'm on Section A and I've been struggling. I've been waiting 7 years to get Section A. And I just got it, and Lord been good to me. I just want to get home with my grandkids and take them to the park and stuff and go fishing with them like I've been doing with my activities.
Well, here's the thing though, if you're supposed to be in some type of medication, you need to make sure you're on your medication. Have they been placing you on medication at the jail or no?
Yeah, they've been having me on Zoloc, I believe.
Okay, so
It's been happening. But see, in the world, in the free, they call it the free world, but in the world, when I go to my Dr. Robinson, when the corona came through, the corona, they had shut everything down. We couldn't go out. So when I went back to see my doctor, they were still closed. And then that's when I ended up getting locked up.
so Mr. Taylor,
Yes, ma'am.
you're gonna have to change your ways. Otherwise, you know, at some point when you come back, you're gonna come back as a habitual, and you know that's a minimum of 25.
Yeah.
So if you're supposed to be on medication, you're gonna have to stay on your medications.
Right.
I know sometimes people stop taking their medications because they feel better, or either they stop taking them because of side effects. You need to let your doctor know. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I comprehend.
All right, this is what the court is gonna do. Court is gonna sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. There's to be no contact with Kenneth Haywood. Stop by Mart. So you can't go there anymore, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Or the Stop and Shop at 4709 Pecan Valley. All right, so we're gonna do, what I'm gonna do is you're gonna report in person monthly.
What, once a month?
Yes.
Where?
Or if you're able to Zoom, you can report by Zoom monthly.
Okay.
I'm gonna want regular UAs. We'll do a mouth evaluation out of custody. So here's the thing about that. Usually I have people remain in custody for their evaluation. So if for any reason you don't make those evaluations with me trusting you to be out of custody,
Yes,
what's going
ma'am.
to end up happening is I'm going to get a report, and those evaluations are going to occur while you're at the Bexar County Jail. And they're backlogged, so it'll take a while. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you employed or are you receiving SSI?
I'm receiving disability, SSI.
All right, so we're going to do proof of employment or SSI within 15 days of release. 100 hours of community service restitution. I'll waive 40 of those if you provide proof that you've had the COVID vaccination. I'm not forcing anyone to get the COVID vaccination. It's completely voluntary. But if you do obtain it and you provide proof that you completed the regimen of the vaccination, then 40 hours will be deducted.
Yes, ma'am. I would go get it because I had it already before I got here.
Okay. Just provide proof. Don't do a double dosage if they're not requiring a double dosage.
Okay.
There's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. But if you provide proof of your SSI, then of course you won't be working.
Okay.
Rebecca, is there anything else that Mr. Taylor needs?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Taylor, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am. Just some little bit of help like you.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Taylor, how old are you?
I'm 58. I'll be 57. I'll be 58 in January. I have a birthday coming up.
All right, so here's the thing. You're like me. You have more of your life behind you than in front of you.
Right.
If you continue on this path, you're going to find out that you're spending a majority of your lifetime in the prison and at the jail. So don't let that happen to you, okay? Don't wake up
Yes,
and your
ma'am.
life is gone,
Yes, ma'am.
left you behind.
I got you. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Court is calling 2020 CR 5696, State of Texas versus Aaron Taylor Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your
Defense?
Honor. Daniel Delagarza for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilty and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Aaron Taylor Jr. who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 5696 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on November 22nd, 2021 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 39A on or about the 18th day of April 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant Aaron Taylor Jr. did in there failed to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer or supervision officer, and for a duly authorization of the court in violation condition number 39A.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? All right.
And Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
Any objections to the waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to 39A, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation 39A?
Yes.
Court will find 39A true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Your Honor. And that agreement is to follow what probation recommends, to deny the motion and to continue the individual on his deferred adjudication with the state ISF cognitive track and followed by ISP supervision.
Is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Taylor, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Aaron Taylor,
All right, Mr. Taylor, how old are you?
56. I mean 59.
All right, so what drugs have you been using?
I just like drinking beer, just beer. I didn't do no drugs.
So you say you drink alcohol,
Yes, ma'am.
and what is your medication for from the doctor?
For schizophrenic, Zerlock, and they were giving me antibiotics for infection.
Okay, all right. Probation. What were the results of his mouth evaluation?
So, Your Honor, what are they trying to?
Oh, just give me a moment, okay?
That's their agreement.
All right, and Mr. Taylor, if you have a seat for a moment, could I see the state, please? And probation? We're back on the record in 2020 CR 5696, Aaron Taylor. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include 90 sober meetings in 90 days. And of course, there's to be reporting by Zoom or in person. Mr. Taylor,
Yes, ma'am.
you need to make sure you do those meetings. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Otherwise, if you don't do those meetings, you're potentially looking at going to prison for 20 years. And it's up to you whether you want to end up potentially in prison for 20 years. And when people ask you why you're here and you say, because I drank alcohol, you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Don't do it.
And you need to make sure you report to probation. You don't want to be at the prison and people ask you why you're here and they say you didn't report. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I understand that people who are on probation, everybody else is drinking alcohol. Why can't I drink alcohol at my home? Because when you're on probation,
Yes, ma'am.
one of the punishments for that is you are not allowed to drink alcohol. And I guarantee you that the medications you're taking for your mental health,
Yes, ma'am.
it probably says, do not drink alcohol. And sometimes when you combine alcohol with those medications, they destroy your liver or they destroy your heart. And you don't want to be at the hospital trying to get a heart transplant. And they're saying, well, let's look at Aaron Taylor. He's on probation for a felony. Well, we're going to bump him down the list. You understand? You're going to have to do better.
Yes, ma'am.
So no alcohol, and you are to report and you're to do those sober meetings. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand everything that's required of you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We
How
can go.
long will I be on this program?
Oh, you're gonna be on probation until 2024. Mhm. All right,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you better keep it together till 2024.
I will.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
How you doing, Ms. Frank?
Yes. Hello, how's it going?
All right. I had my tooth pulled.
I'm sorry, what?
I had my tooth pulled. I jumped on me over there.
Ah, that can be bad.
No, I have copies. Thank you for asking.
All right, court is calling 2020 CR 5696, State of Texas versus Aaron Taylor Jr. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Harris Edelman.
for the defense?
Jamie Ritz, Your Honor, from Mr. Taylor.
Are you Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Get the probation officer.
All right, Mr. Taylor, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Aaron Taylor Jr. who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 5696 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on November 22nd, 2021 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
In Bear County, Texas, the defendant Aaron Taylor Jr. did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of April and May of 2024 in violation of condition number 4. State waives the remaining violation allegation.
All right, to violation of condition number 4, how do you plead? True or not true?
Where you failed to report for,
I failed to report.
and you true or not true?
It's true.
So you're pleading true to number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Taylor, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yeah.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
They were saying something about a mental health for me.
No. Here's the thing. I know that there may be an agreement that may have been reached between the state and the defense. I don't have to follow that agreement. So do you understand that I don't have to follow the agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so if I don't follow the agreement, do you understand that I could sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Denied the motion, alter and amend to extend 18 months and add DDRF followed by MHI or Genesis.
All right, is that the proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Probation? On Mr. Taylor? Is that the probation's recommendation? All right, so Mr. Taylor,
Yes, ma'am.
probation is saying that they want you to go to DDRF and that you're to remain in custody until there's a bed available for DDRF. DDRF is inpatient for mental health.
Yeah.
Probation, what is the wait time for him?
That was explained to defense, and right now the current wait is 3 to 4 months.
All right, so that would mean, Mr. Taylor, that you will be in custody.
4 months.
Yes.
Yes. You know that, I explained.
Yeah.
All right, so do you understand that, Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so
And if they
here's,
start today, they saying?
well,
for
the
the bed?
count will probably start tomorrow, not today. So the count for 3 months will start tomorrow, most likely. And the reason why that is because I haven't agreed to follow your agreement yet.
Right.
And the probation has to put it in the system.
In the system.
Yes. Do you have any family support?
Do I have any family that supports me?
Yes.
Only my brother,
Okay.
Abe Taylor. That's the one I was living with. And I was
Right.
looking,
And is this is not the previous case with the other brother, is it? This is a different person?
It's a different person.
Okay.
and I was
Brothers are
trying to-
stepping up, aren't they?
and I was trying to look out for my mother too, Miss Bella. She was 87 years old.
Okay. All right, well, we have to make sure that you report, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what they're telling me is there's some mental health issues going on
Yes,
and
ma'am.
those need to be addressed.
Yeah.
If they're not addressed, you're going to be right back here. You understand?
Yes, I'm gonna try not to do that.
All right, and the reason why it was taking me a long time to consider whether or not to follow your agreement is because I was rereading the facts of your case
Yeah.
and just making sure if what I recall to be the facts of your case are the facts of your case. And I see in this case,
I'm gonna try, I'm gonna do better.
okay, all
You
right,
got
because
it.
I see in this case, you wanted to use the restroom. It appears that it was a public restroom, but it's not public when you go into a store. They always say you have to buy something. So
Yeah.
whenever you go into a store and you want to use the restroom and they say you have to buy something, if you will take the least expensive item, a stick of gum, when I was growing up, it was 25 cents. Now it's
Right.
probably $2.
Right.
If you'll just buy that one thing, use the
Mhm.
restroom and come out.
No,
All right. So court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. The court is going to follow your agreement and there will be DDRF followed by what is MH? What does the I stand for in MHI?
It's the mental health initiative, Judge.
All right. Followed by the mental health initiative in Genesis. And extend you for 18 months. And you're to remain in custody until transferred to DDRF.
you said that'd be about like 3 to 4 months from now?
Mhm. And Ms. Ferguson, can you give me a phantom date on Mr. Taylor and recall this in 4 months? And if you're not gone, you'll be here and we'll come up with something else, okay?
Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. December 16th, can we do that? Now, December 16th is not the 4 months, but that's just for us to make sure that they have you on the list and that you're moving along. All right, any other questions? All right, we can go off the record. So, Mr. Taylor, one thing that I require, and state your excuse,
Thank
one
you.
thing that I require in this court, nobody can help you if we don't know what's going on in your life. The number one thing you should always do in this court is make sure you report. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court. If I'm here, I'll address it. Do you understand?
Yes.
But do not disappear. When you disappear and you're on probation, it's sort of like when you disappear, when you owe somebody money, that's when they start getting worried.
Right.
All right, so don't disappear, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else you need?
No, that was it.
All right, good luck to you.
Good, good.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
And Norma, can you make sure you give him a reset form for December 16th so that's something he can remember and he can have?
Yeah.